Welcome back to High Now Daily. As we continue celebrating the Teach for America Hawaii's 20th milestone, we're sharing another full circle story that's rooted right here in Hawaii. And right now we're talking with Mercy, also known as Coach Watson over there at Nanakuli High School and Intermediate School. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, I cannot ignore this beautiful quilt that's right behind us. So I just want to start off with this. What is the quilt and why is it so important?
This is what started as an end of the year project for my geometry kids. Actually, this year turned into a special gift from my students to TFA. As we know, TFA is celebrating 20 years of impact in Hawaii, and each 2x2 square was created by my geometry students, weaved together to make this amazing masterpiece.
Amazing. It kind of highlights like individualism, creativity, but also that teamwork, just kind of weaving it together. But speaking of, you know, full circle, you were a student at Nanakuli and now you teach there too at your alma mater. How does that feel, kind of coming full circle with that?
Well, it's just a blessing, honestly. I never dreamed about becoming a teacher. It actually stemmed from coaching. And through coaching, I found a purpose in giving back to the youth. So TFA actually was the avenue that I was able to take, and I'm in the classroom now for 7 years, still coaching, teaching math, and trying to, you know, make math a little bit more creative for students to learn.
I mean, you have to kind of calculate measurements, right, in order to make a quilt that kind of looks a little bit cohesive. But I want to talk about that. You know, your journey, you said you were a coach first, and that's how you realized you fell in love with teaching. And it's great to see you teaching where you were taught before. So how does Teach for America, how did that mentorship kind of help you along that journey?
Well, actually, I had a teacher that was in Teach for America that like inspired me to become a teacher. Never thought of it, but after graduating college, I was like, you know what? I think this is where my calling is, and the way that God just plans everything, you know, like this is where I found my plan and my purpose. So
my gosh, do you have any like students you want to shout out to who?
My gosh,
or maybe like some students that need to like improve? I'm just kidding.
So this is actually like about 70 students, and I don't have just one, but you can see all of their hard work through everything, and just encompassing, you know, geometry. Not everybody loves math, you know, so just being able to see those students shine through a different aspect that is not like notes and homework. So this is just awesome. Shout out to all my kids.
That's right. You know, your journey is just so impressive and it's really inspiring. I guess, what would you say to the folks at home? Maybe, you know, they love coaching. They're kind of maybe even going through school right now. They feel like they love to kind of help teach. What we tell them?
Well, I will tell them to follow their dreams, you know. Even though we think that we're going to go on one path, you know, God always has a path for all of us. So continue in your purpose. And my volleyball kids, I just want to shout you guys out. You know, we just won JV champs.
I love that. And also just the importance of just staying rooted here, and especially where you kind of grew up. You know, for folks who want to find more information, I guess, for Teach for America, where do you suggest them going?
Oh, they can go to the TFA website. You can reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction. You know, just always trying to find people that are in our community that want to come back and give back. And we always have people that want to come back and give back. So
that's so amazing. Thank you, Coach Mercy. I wish you were my math teacher too, because this thing is really awesome. In a couple weeks, we're going to share more stories for Teach for America, just to keep inspiring you all to keep learning, keep teaching. You're watching High Now Daily, and we're going to be right back. Which one's your favorite square? I like that one.
I like the